numerical session on the unit number 2 that we have already covered. So this is the first numerical. Please all of you note down the numerical. Yesterday I have also posted the two numericals in the assignment number 2 based on the unit number 2. So these numericals are very much similar to them. So you have to determine the critical voltage on the voltage transfer curve of CMOS inverter biased at VDD is equal to 5 volt with transistor parameters Kn is equal to Kp and Vtn is equal to minus Vtp is equal to 0.8 volt. And the circuitry that we have to require for CMOS inverter is shown on your slide. Okay, so this is the circuitry that we have to follow. This is the one of the circuitry of the CMOS inverter. Here you can see that the input is common to the gate of the NMOS and the PMOS, and you can see the source of the PMOS is connected to the VDD, gate of the PMOS is connected to the input, and drain of the PMOS is connected to the output terminal. Similarly, the gate of the NMOS is connected to input, source is connected to the ground, and drain is connected to the output terminal. Okay, so on the basis of this description, we would try to solve this. So first of all, we have to find out the critical voltage. We have to know what parameter is called as the critical voltage. So whatever the voltage at transition point, that is considered as a critical voltage. So we have see a theoretical description of little in a quick way. Then we will have to solve this numerical. Okay, I hope all of you have note down this question as well as the diagram. See it. So we have already discussed that when we have to consider the CMOS inverter. So here, to turn on the CMOS inverter, the input voltage should be just greater than the threshold voltage of the NMOS transistor, VTN. So in this condition, we can say that VI input voltage is equal to the VGSN, gate to source voltage of NMOS, that is VTN plus, means it is little bit greater than the threshold voltage of NMOS. Then NMOS would be turned on and your inverter would start to operate. Okay, so NMOS will be being to conduct and Q point falls on the curve. That is, we have already discussed the curve. This is the output characteristics of the NMOS. It is the NMOS A and B is a PMOS. You can see when your VGSN is greater than threshold, your transistor will be turned on, a small amount of current is start to flow. Okay, so by considering the same, the current is small and drain to source voltage on NMOS is equivalent to the VDD, because at that moment, what happens when the NMOS is turned on, your PMOS would be turned off, so whole supply voltage would be available to the output terminal, and V0 is nothing but the drain to source voltage of the NMOS as per the diagram. So in this way, we have seen that NMOS, when the NMOS would be turned on, it would be directly biased on in the saturation region. And when NMOS is biased in saturation region, at the same time, PMOS source to drain voltage is small, so PMOS is biased in non-saturation region. So what is the current relationship between them? We have to see here. We have to adjust the value of the current in such a way that IDN is equal to the IDP, because there is a one single current that is flowing through the supply voltage to the ground, and both the current would be here same. So IDN is what? As we know that NMOS is biased in saturation region, so it could be written as the saturation region current Kn VGSN minus VTN whole square. But NMOS is biased in the non-saturation region. So it would be, as per the current formula in non-saturation region, Kp twice of VGS-P plus VTP. Here not the minus sign, it is a plus sign because VTP is a negative parameter. So VGS-P plus VTP into VSDP minus VSDP whole square. This is the current equation in non-saturation region. Okay, if it is a NMOS in non-saturation, we have to use the N, and here plus sign would be converted into the negative sign. This is the only difference. So now relating the gate to source voltage and drain to source voltage in each transistor to the inverter input and output voltages, we can rewrite what is the VGSN? It is nothing but Vi. What is the VGSP, gate to source voltage of PMOS? If you have to see the diagram, VGSP or VSGP, whatever, it would be nothing but supply voltage VDD minus Vi. Therefore, the inverter diagram you would have understood where this has been became. So it would be VDD minus Vi plus VTP, and the VSDP is what? It is VDD minus V0. Okay. So in the similar fashion, we have written the equation number 2. So equation number 2 relates the input and output voltage as long as NMOS is biased in saturation and PMOS is biased in the non-saturation. And from this discussion, we have plotted the region of CMOS transfer characteristic that would be indicating the NMOS and PMOS bias conditions. So this is displayed on your screen. So you can see here a transition point. Transition points means when the region of operation would be shift. Here it would be shifting from non-saturation to saturation. So PMOS is already non-saturation and NMOS is in saturation here, and it would be shift here where both the region, this is the B region where both the transistor in the saturation actually. So, and this is the region A where it would be NMOS would be start to the saturation and PMOS is in non-saturation. So this is the transition point you can see between A and B. So we have to define the transition point as VOPT is equal to VIPT minus VTP or plus mod of VTP, because VTP is a negative quantity. In the similar fashion, when NMOS would be shift from the saturation to non-saturation from B to C region, we have to be again define the another transition point, VONT is equal to VINT minus VTN. So these two, VONT and VOPT, these two are called the critical voltages. These are the voltages, output voltages on the PMOS and NMOS at the transition point. So that we have to find out according to our numerical question. For that we have to be required the formula of the input voltage. So already we have learned this, we are not going to very much detail. So to find out the V, if you have to be C, VOPT or VIONT, in the both the cases one parameter is common, V in means input voltage, and we know that here the gate terminal is shorted to each other. So V in for NMOS and PMOS both are same. So we have to be derive the formula V in. For this we have to be to determine the input voltage at transition point by setting the two drain currents equal. IDN is equal to IDP, and both transistor would be in saturation region. That is the region B you have seen. So for in this case, the current would be related by the equation number 6, that is K VGN minus VTN whole square is equal to Kp VSGP plus VTP whole square. And we know that VGSN is what? Vi. VSGP is what? VDD minus Vi. Now, considering the ideal case, we have to be just from the equation number 7, we have to be derive the equation of the Vi, that is input voltage. So we would be get the equation number 8, that is defining the input voltage Vi. it is also VIT, you can say. VDD plus VTP plus root under Kn upon Kp into VTN upon 1 plus root under Kn upon Kp. So this is the formula we have to be used in the first numerical. Okay, so we would be, and after using this formula, you can see that this is the transfer curve, and we have to be find out by using the Vi, we have to be find out the VOPT, and this is the Vi, VOPT and VONT. These three voltage we have to be find out. These are the critical voltages. Okay, so input and output voltage at the transition point. Now come back to our numerical. I have gone little bit fast because we have already discussed this topic. Now, so to solve this numerical, what we have to be define? We have to first write the input voltage equation. So the input voltage at the transition point is Vi is equal to VIT is equal to VDD plus VTP plus root under Kn upon Kp into VTN upon 1 plus root under Kn upon Kp. So just substitute the value of VDD is what? 5. VTP is minus 0.8 volt. It is mentioned in the question. Kn and Kp are mentioned same. So it would be 1. Ratio is 1. And it is multiplied with the VTN, that is 0.8 volt. Again, it is 1 plus root 1. So what would be the value here? If you are going to solve 5 minus 0.8 plus 0.8 upon 2. So this would be cancel out. Finally, you would be get Vi or VIT is equal to 2.5 volt. Okay, this is your Vi. Once you have got the value of input voltage, you can easily find out the output voltage. So the output voltage at the transition point for the PMOS is, what is the value? VOPT is equal to VIT or input voltage minus VTP. So what would be this? 2.5 minus 0.8, it would be 3.2 volt. This was the second critical voltage. Okay, I hope all of you have noted down. It is very simple, only formula based. You have to remember this formula, input voltage. This is the main. If you remember this, then you can easily derive the rest of the things. Now we have to be find out the third critical voltage, that is output voltage at transition point for NMOS. So what would be the value? The output voltage at the transition point for NMOS is VONT is equal to VIT minus VTP. Sorry, VTN, it is NMOS. So 2.5 minus 0.8, it would be 1.7 volt. So in this way, we have find out all three critical voltages, means the voltage at the transition point, input voltage, output voltage for NMOS, output voltage for the PMOS. Now it is also mentioned that you have to be sketch the, it is mentioned the draw the critical voltages or determine the critical voltage. In the question it would also ask that sketch this critical voltages on your voltage transfer curve. Okay, so we have to be also draw the voltage transfer curve first and then locate the value of the critical voltages. So this is the voltage transfer curve for CMOS inverter. So in the y-axis you have the output voltage, in the x-axis you have the input voltage, and the output voltage have a range 0 to 5 volt. Why? Because VDD is 5. So output voltage could be maximum 5 volt here. Similarly, input voltage could be also gone to the maximum 5 volt, because in the inverter there is no amplification. Whatever the input, it would be inverted to the output. Means if the input is 0, output would be maximum. If the output is input is maximum, so output is 0 in the ideal case. So this is the ideal curve actually plotted. Now we have to be locate here. This is what 0.8 VTN, threshold voltage of NMOS. At that moment your NMOS would be started on, and this is what 4.2. It is VDD minus VTP. Okay, for the PMOS it is a threshold voltage you can consider 0.8 minus from the 5. This is the 2.5 is what? It is VIT, input voltage common for the NMOS and PMOS, and at that input voltage 1.7 volt is what? VONT, output voltage of the NMOS, and 3.2 is what? It is VOPT. So these two are the critical point, critical voltage that we have to be find out and plot on the voltage transfer curve. Okay. So due to technical error, we have very less time. Okay. Now we have to be discussed. Next is the another question. I hope all of you have note down this numerical. So okay, we have to be, go for the next question. The next question is also based on the CMOS inverter. Consider a CMOS inverter biased at VD is equal to 5 volt with transistor threshold voltage of VTN is equal to plus 0.8 volt, VTP is equal to minus 0.8 volt. So similar parameter as in the previous question. You have to calculate peak current in the inverter for Kn is equal to Kp is equal to 200 microampere per volt square. So conductance parameter is mentioned here. For these values, you have to be find out the peak value of the current. So what is the peak value of the current equation is? It is only possible when both NMOS is biased in the saturation region, and when NMOS is biased in the saturation region, your PMOS transistor source terminal would be source to drain voltage actually. It would be adjust itself in such a way that IDP is equal to IDN. So in this case, IDP is equal to IDN. It is, you can write the formula in terms of NMOS transistor or in terms of PMOS. I have written in terms of NMOS transistor. If you have to be write the equation of the saturation current for the PMOS, that will be Kp VDD minus VTP and Vi. Okay. So either of the formula you can mention. Now, first of all, we have to find out the Vi is here. So the parameter is same as the previous numerical, so I am not going to derive again. We know the formula. What is the formula? VD plus VTP plus Kn upon Kp into Vtn upon 1 plus root under Kn upon Kp. And we have got the value 2.5 volt. Okay. So now IDN is equal to IDP is equal to what? 200 into 10 to the power minus 6, because microampere is mentioned here. 2.5 minus 0.8 whole square. So you would be get 200 into 10 to the power minus 6. 1.7 whole square is what? 2.89. Finally, you will be got a value 578 microampere. It will be remains as it is. So 578 microampere. It is a peak current. Either you would be go with the formula of the PMOS, then again you will be get the same value. It is very simple numerical. Now we would be move to the third numerical. What was the third? I have also turned on your attendance. Everyone start to post your attendance on the chat box. The third numerical is calculate the power dissipation in CMOS inverter with the load capacitance of CL is equal to 2 picofarad biased at VDD is equal to 5 volt. The inverter switches at a frequency of F is equal to 100 kilohertz. Okay. So what is the formula of the power in the case of CMOS inverter? Power dissipation. So you have to be use the formula of power dissipation. The power dissipated or dissipation in the CMOS inverter is P is equal to F. F is the frequency, switching frequency. Then CL square into VDD. So F is here 100 kilohertz, 100 into 10 to the power 3. CL is 2 picofarad. So it would be, okay, here not CL square, it is CL into VDD square. Just correct it. CF into CL into VDD square. Okay. Then what is the VDD? 5 volt, so 5 square. This is a very simple, straightforward. Numerically, now you have to just put up the values. So 5 square is 25 into 2 is 50 into 10 to the power 5 into 10 to the power minus 12. So 50 into 10 to the power minus 7. So it would be 5 into 10 to the power minus 6, means 5 microwatt. This is the power dissipation in the CMOS inverter. So if you have remember the formula, you can easily find out. In sometimes this numerical could be asked like that. Power dissipation is mentioned in the question. You have to be find out the switching frequency. So at that time you have to find out the F. Okay. So in this way the parameter could be changed. Now this is very important question. Time is very less, but we will just note down this numerical. Design the phase shift oscillator to operate at a frequency F0 is equal to 5 kilohertz. Use a MOSFET. To designing this phase shift oscillator, you have to use a MOSFET with mu is equal to 55, means 55. RD is equal to 5.5 kilo ohm. the phase shift network is not to load down the amplifier. The phase shift network is like that. It will not load down the amplifier. So you have to find out the three unknowns. First, find the minimum value of drain circuit resistance RD for which circuit would be oscillate. Second, find the product of RC. And third, choose a reasonable value of R and find the value of capacitor. So this is very good numerical. This is a design of the phase shift oscillator. Designing could be asked in the section of numerical oscillators. Either it is a phase shift oscillator or a Wien bridge oscillator. It could be asked in the examination about the design. It would be of the 6 marks. And here one thing I have to be just give you the hint. Today the time is not sufficient. We would be continued to the next lecture maybe. So mu is what? GMRD. It is I have taught you in the unit number 1. So mu is nothing but GMRD. Okay. So here you can find out the GM. RD is mentioned, mu is mentioned. You can find out the GM. You can find out the gain, and then go for the formula of the oscillation. F is equal to, everyone familiar with the formula of the oscillation, F is equal to 1/2 pi RC root under 6. Okay. And this is the last numerical. You have to also note down. We would be try to solve this two numerical on the next lecture. The parameters of the basic source first. This is the voltage series feedback based numerical. Similar numerical has asked in the assignment. Okay, so now time is very less because of technical problem. We would be continue to the next lecture. Thank you all of you for joining this lecture.